All right, let's dive into an idea that kind of messes with your head at first. Less is more. Today, we're going to unpack this ancient philosophy and see how it might just be the secret to finding a whole lot more happiness and freedom in our super cluttered modern world. So let's just get right to it. How on earth can having less of something give you more? It just feels wrong, you know? It goes against everything we think about math and logic. But trust me, there's some seriously deep wisdom hiding inside this little puzzle. I mean, seriously, who believes that? This quote is just perfect because it's exactly what we're all thinking. The idea that turning down chocolate cake is gonna make you happier? Yeah, right. That sounds like a total lie. But hang on, because this concept is about so much more than just dessert. It might sound like something you'd see on a motivational poster today, but this idea is ancient. Thinkers all through history, from the old school philosophers all the way to today's minimalists, they have all been saying the same thing. They argue that when you start deliberately cutting out the junk in your life, you finally make room for the stuff that actually matters. Okay, so where did this whole thing start? Let's take a trip way, way back in time. The ancient Greeks. They were some of the first people to really write this stuff down. Now, they didn't have to deal with thousands of unread emails, but they definitely understood that human craving for more, and they had some pretty powerful ways to handle it. So you basically had two big schools of thought here, the Epicureans and the Stoics. And they took totally different paths to get to the same place. The Epicureans said, hey, limit what you want so you can really truly enjoy the simple things, like good food or a great chat with a friend. The Stoics were more like, limit what you want so you don't get hurt or disappointed later. But look at where they both ended up. They agreed that true happiness comes from inside you, not from all the stuff you own. And this wasn't just a Greek thing. Nope. Halfway across the world, another really powerful idea about simplicity was growing. And this one was all about finding that perfect, sweet spot of balance. The Buddha taught this concept he called the middle path. And it's such a beautiful idea. It's the secret that says, happiness isn't about having every single thing you could ever want, but it's also not about having absolutely nothing. Real peace, he said, is found right in the middle, in moderation. It's that wise, balanced road right between the two extremes. And you can see this play out in his own life story. I mean, he was born a prince, right? He had all the luxury you can imagine, and it just left him feeling empty. So he tried the complete opposite, living like a hermit with literally nothing. And guess what? That didn't bring him happiness either. It was only when he found that balance, that middle ground of moderation, that he found what he was looking for. Okay, let's fast forward a couple thousand years. How does any of this ancient wisdom fit into our world of social media, online shopping, and constant noise? Well, it's been given a new name that you have definitely heard of: minimalism. This quote from Joshua Becker, he's a modern minimalist, just completely nails it. Minimalism isn't really about having a perfectly clean white room. It's an active thing. It's about looking at your life and deciding what actually adds value, and then intentionally letting go of everything else. It's all about making space for the life you really want. And here is the absolute key. Clutter isn't just physical stuff. It's not just about the pile of shoes you trip over. It is a huge drain on your mental space. Every single object you own takes up a little bit of real estate in your brain, causing stress, making you feel distracted. It just makes it so hard to focus or feel calm. But when you clear that stuff out, the physical stuff and the mental stuff, it's like walking into a wide open field. All of a sudden, you have room to breathe again. You can think clearly. You can just relax. It's this amazing feeling of lightness and total freedom. So when you get that feeling of freedom, it can lead to this really incredible shift in how you see the world. It actually lets you take one of the biggest anxieties of our time and flip it completely upside down. We all know FOMO, right? The fear of missing out, that constant nagging feeling that everybody else is out there having more fun, doing cooler things. But have you heard about its awesome cousin, JOMO? The joy of missing out. This is that amazing feeling of relief when you realize you don't have to keep up. It's the happiness of a clear calendar and the freedom to just exist without all that pressure. So what's the big takeaway here? After looking at all this wisdom from ancient Greece to today, it's really this: aim for a lighter life. It's about shifting your focus away from having more things and towards having more experiences. It's about laughing more, loving more, and having the confidence to just say, no thank you, to the stuff that's weighing you down. So, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. And it doesn't have to be some huge dramatic thing. What's just one small thing? Maybe it's an old t-shirt, a subscription you don't use, or even just a notification on your phone. What's one thing you could let go of today to make a little more room for joy in your life?